Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is now time for the best real estate podcast online. It is time for Lakeway Area Real Estate Talk Live with Mike and Dave Elkins, presented by Elite Realty Group.
We're going to drop some real estate information to you today, as we always try to do, bring you some information of value to you. So here's what we're going to talk about today. Compromises that you should never, ever, ever make when you are purchasing your next home. Here's what we know. When the process of looking for a home gets started, everybody's excited.
Yes.
You know what you want. You got this wish list of this is what I got to have in my next home, so on and so forth. It starts out really, really just specific, man.
Right.
I want a pool and hardwood floors and a pink sunroom and whatever they want. We know that. But we also know when you get out there looking, perception is greater than reality, right? What you see versus what you actually have in your mind that you see sometimes changes. And that's totally okay.
Right.
You're going to have to probably compromise something.
Yeah, because I think everybody's got in their mind what their dream home's
what that is. I totally agree.
It don't take long to realize that dream home
may or may not be there.
May or may not be there. You might have to take a home and turn it into your dream home.
That's exactly right. And the likelihood of the exact home being there may not be. We're not saying it's not, right?
Right.
But it may not be. So there's probably going to have to be some compromises made. We fully understand that. The ones we're going to tell you today are compromises you don't want to make, okay?
Right.
You make some compromises, absolutely. It's got a green room and you hate green, paint it.
Right. Yes.
So we can do those kind of things.
I got a green shirt on.
Yeah, that's why I went with it, man. I saw that green, that's what popped in my mind. So again, you can do those kind of things, but these compromises are things that you may want to steer clear from because they may cause you trouble down the road. That's why we're giving you to them today. So no particular order. We've got 6 of them, and here we go with number 1. We'd love to hear back from you guys too on anything that we say.
Right.
We would love to hear your comments and remarks about this too. So number 1 is, all right, a lot of people, again, they know what they want in their mind. Some compromises are going to have to be made. But here's one compromise that you should never make when purchasing a home. Buying a fixer-upper home when you really wanted what we're going to call a turnkey home.
Or you need a turnkey.
Or you need a turnkey home, right? Don't have the funds to do the fix-up.
Yeah,
don't
have the knowledge like me, I have no clue.
That's exactly right. But again, we see a lot of people will compromise that total aspect of the home buying process. They will look at it and say, you know what, I don't want to get into this. I don't want to get into the whole fixer-upper. I don't want to get into the remodels. I don't want to, I'm past that point.
You're say that could depend even on your age.
Absolutely.
I've got people right now who's like, I've done that.
Yes.
I was at that age one time where I could tackle that job.
That's right.
I don't want to tackle
now I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
But again, getting out and looking at a home, sometimes things we don't think clearly,
Right.
We don't think clearly. Our emotions take over or our pocketbook takes over versus a lot of things. So again, don't compromise. If you need that turnkey home because of the point in your life that you're at, don't compromise for a fixer-upper that, again, maybe later on down the road you're going to have your home.
Right.
But don't compromise those things. And here's one of the biggest reasons we're telling you that.
Sabrina says, amen. She's amen. That's right.
She knows what we're talking about as far as that goes. Buying the fixer-upper, compromising whatever that may be. She knows what we're talking about. She's in the middle of a big remodel right now, right?
Right.
So when you look at that, though, here's why we're telling you those things. Is it totally wrong to buy a fixer-upper and fix it up? No, do that. Do that. There are a lot of people that do that, and it sometimes can save you thousands of dollars.
Because it can have its benefits on the backside.
That's exactly right. But we see a lot of people, again, that went into the purchase process with that dream home. They knew what they wanted, and it was a turnkey job. And they decide, hey, this is everything I want, with the exception of I got a big remodel in front of me.
Right.
But I can make it the dream home. And again, they end up biting off a little more than they can chew. They get into the middle of that, and 2 things happen. 1, they start spending more money than they wanted to.
Right, because it starts eating money fast.
That's exactly right. And 2, it is bigger the job is bigger than the eye anticipated for it to be.
That's what I'm saying. I could never. I don't think I could ever go that route.
Right.
Because I have no knowledge of how to even do any of the work. So I'm gonna have to hire everything.
Everything's going to have to be.
So I'm going to spend a fortune.
Yes. And so what ends up happening is the person that bought that home, because again it's eating up all their money and it's a bigger job than what they thought. They end up wanting to then try to get out of that home.
Right.
And because it's still 75% not completed,
you're not going to get the price.
You're going to end up, the money you've already put into it, you're probably going to lose that.
Right.
And so that's why we're telling you, these are compromises you don't want to make. These are things you don't want to get into. This is problems that you could cause yourself. Again, there are properties that are out there that need work, and again, they are perfect for you to get. Totally not saying that at all, right?
Right.
We're just telling you, if you go into it knowing I want a turnkey job home, I want a home again, somebody's moving their stuff out of and I'm moving in. No work to be done.
Right.
Don't compromise that.
Right.
Don't compromise that. Again, looking at it and saying, well, I can get it for X amount of dollars less and I'll do the fixer up, because we see those kind of things happen all the time. So what we're talking about today is compromises that you should never make when purchasing a home. We understand you're going to have to make some compromises.
Right.
Again, green bedroom, you don't like green, paint it. We understand that. But there's some big compromises, some things you may not want to bite off and chew that. Any more to add to that?
No, like I said, it's just, you got to be real careful there, because you're going to, if you try to do that, you got to realize it's going to take a lot of time.
Yes.
It's going to take a lot of money. It's going to put a lot of strain on people.
Especially if you're having to live in it while you're doing those repairs.
That's what I'm saying.
You got to think about all
to me, I would kill Siobhan. You know, we would kill each other because of the strain of it.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't know that I could deal with it. That's what I would have to go the other route.
Right.
Would have to.
Getting the turnkey,
Yes.
because that would be what you would want. So that's number one. That's one compromise you want to watch out for and not make while you're purchasing your home. What do you got for number two?
Number two is the floor plan, such as if you need, we've kind of touched on this a little bit before, but you know, you can always go in, if it don't have what you need right off the bat, just cut it off your list. Mm-hmm. I would just cut it plumb off my list. If you need a 3-bedroom, find a 3-bedroom.
Yes.
Don't go find a 2-bedroom.
Hold out, man. Hold out.
Don't go jump on a 2-bedroom and say we can make it work.
Yes.
We can add another room on.
Later.
We could add another bathroom.
Right.
Hold out.
Because again, it doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter what it is. You're going to be, unless you're paying cash, but then you still pay for it.
Right.
But you're paying for it.
Right.
You're paying
Right.
for something that you can't really use. It's not functional
Right.
for you and your family, you and the people that need it. It just doesn't function well for you.
It's not going to take long. If you got kids, it's not going to take long for that. It's not going to, the 2-bedroom's not cutting it no more.
Right.
They're not going to want to be piled up in the same bedroom, and
Right.
you're going to have to hear about it. So it's going to be, now you're back to, okay, now we need to go find something else.
I agree.
If you say, okay, I'll just add a whole other room on. Now we're talking about money. Are you overbuilding your neighborhood?
Right.
Are you surrounded by other 2-bedroom?
That's right. But you'll never get that money back out.
You're never going to recoup that. Mm-hmm. So you got to be real careful. If you need a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, stick to your plan. Find you a 3-bedroom and 2-bath. It will come.
Yes, it will eventually get there.
It will come.
We all know now.
It might not come in the next 2 days.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah,
but it will come.
Absolutely. So that's things again that you don't want to compromise those things, because again, it's no fun, and we get this a lot from people. We help people try to get out of these situations, and it is no fun for you to be paying on something that you literally, it doesn't fit you and your family cannot maximize the potential of it.
Right.
Hold out for it.
Yes.
Right? Hold out for what you need. Because again, you're going to know going in what you need.
Right.
You're going to know what you want. You're going to know what fits. You're going to know where you want to be. Hold out for those things, because it will eventually come. You don't have to go out and purchase the first home that you look at.
I think we talked about that just Monday. Don't just jump on one.
Yes.
Don't be impulsive.
Right. Absolutely. I totally agree. So
the
we're
Money
talking
Man's
about,
here, by the way.
Money Man's in the
Yes.
house. Good to see you back, Money Man. Been traveling around the world.
Yeah,
He's been.
that's right.
He's been traveling around the world. Here's what we're talking about today. Compromises you should never make when purchasing a home. These are things you want to watch out for. Now, again, we're not telling you don't do these things. If these things fit into what you're looking for, by all means, go for it.
Yeah, if you're that person that can do that, jump on.
Go for it. That's what we're telling you to do. Go for those things. But again, if you know what you want going in and what you end up going out there looking for isn't what you want, that's the compromises we're telling you not to make. Quick recap for those just coming in. We want to hear from you. We've got a giveaway going on today, and we have a would you rather question. To enter into the giveaway, we want you to take a guess of how many video views we had for the month of March. It's between 10,000 and 30,000. So you put your answer in the comment box.
That's right.
That enters you to win today's mystery prize. The second thing is we have a would you rather question that people are participating in and having a good time at it. Would you rather eat a box of dry spaghetti noodles? Okay. Would you rather eat a box of
We should have had to brought those in today.
We should have.
I should have been sitting here eating a box of
We
dry
should have,
spaghetti.
and I'd eaten rice. Or would you rather eat a cup of uncooked rice? We want to hear from you.
Yes.
Which of those you would rather do today? So we went through 2 compromises you shouldn't do. Here's the third one. The third one is the neighborhood that you need to be in, or I should say the location that you need to be in.
Right.
A lot of times people move because of those 2 things. There's an area they need to be, close to a job, so on and so forth. If you know where you need to move and why you need to move there, do not compromise that. Please do not compromise that. Because again, that's one of the biggest things that we have people come back to us and say, I just don't like the neighborhood. I don't like where I live. It doesn't fit the schools. It doesn't fit this. It doesn't fit my church. It doesn't fit my job. I don't like all of these things that's coming with it. So don't compromise that. Most of the time, people at least know an area that they want to go to.
Right.
They may not know the exact street, although I'm sure some people do.
Oh, yeah.
You may not know the street, but you probably know the area. If you have an area that you need to be in, do not compromise those things. Do not let that up. Do not compromise that. We've got breaking news coming in here. They're like interrupting us. Breaking news coming in.
We don't know what's going on.
To the show right here. We've got somebody coming in the studio.
Oh, Lord. Watch that cord.
And they're bringing it in here.
Yeah. See you slobbering
As we're live. Look at this.
Been down here
Come over here, Randy. Look at this, y'all. This is what you call service right here.
There's Charlotte and Randy
has brought us some
Yes.
pizza. You can't beat
Yes,
that.
Lord.
You can't beat that, you guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you all.
Thank you so very much. So they're live on the show. That's what you call breaking news right there.
I thought, what's going on? Nicole come in here with the look on her face. I thought, what in the world is going on?
That's exactly right.
Well, I was worried we was going to have to eat this dry spaghetti
That's
and
what
rice.
I thought.
Yes.
I know that Mike wouldn't feed you, Nicole wouldn't
Right.
feed you. Mama's not here to feed you.
Yes.
That's bringing it in. Watch that cord.
Yeah, watch that cord.
That's
Thank you,
brilliant.
guys.
Thank you all very
guys.
much.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Hey, that's our people right there.
Yeah, look here.
That
We
is
got
our
pizza
people.
now.
Now
My
we've got
goodness.
pizza sitting here. We're going to have to just eat the pizza. What do y'all
Yes.
think about that, man? What do y'all think about that?
Yeah.
That's pretty
Sabrina
good.
says they brought you noodles. No, they brought us pizza,
They brought
man.
us pizza. That's some pretty
Yes.
good stuff right there. So again, we appreciate that. Appreciate them bringing that out to us. So
Yes.
where was
I don't
we?
even know what we were saying.
Oh, we were talking about the
neighborhood.
neighborhood.
Yes.
We were talking about the neighborhood. Yeah. So don't compromise that neighborhood, right? Don't
And
give
again,
that up.
look around your and this you're going to notice this, but look around the neighborhood as to I'm not even going to be able to concentrate right now. I'm starving.
That's the
Look
big one.
around the neighborhood though at what's around you, because again, you got to take into consideration resale.
Yes.
More than likely, 5
Totally.
to 7 years, you're out of this.
You're gonna
baby
be moving.
and moving on.
Yes.
So look around the neighborhood. Make sure that everybody's maintaining their property.
That's right. That's exactly right. So again, neighborhood, don't compromise on that. Again, we're talking
Greg
about
thought that was great. Karen said that was awesome.
Isn't that great? That's
is
really
great.
good, man.
I've got this smell.
That's
right
really
here, this
good.
hopeless
Yeah, we're going to
smell.
eat a piece of pizza here in just a minute. Right here live. We're going down with
I'm gonna
it.
stack 'em up.
We're going down right here. All right, so give me number 4. Number 4.
Sabrina said I can feel a short show coming on.
Yeah, it's coming. See, that's
Where are we at?
Go
Number
number
4. I don't even know what I was talking about. Your budget, okay?
Yes.
Again, you know your budget.
Don't
Okay, you know budget. Let's move on next. Number 5, okay? I'm just kidding. You know what your budget is, okay? You know what you're comfortable spending a month. Stick to that budget.
Yes.
Again, we've said it so many times, don't be house poor.
Right.
You know,
Right.
if you're comfortable paying $650 a month, find you. Here comes that pizza.
Yeah, I just saw one of them say, it'd be funny if one of those boxes had rice and spaghetti.
You better check them. Oh no, that's pepperoni. Yeah.
Real stuff.
Okay, that's real. Yeah.
See, I'm checking you guys.
Yeah.
I'm checking you guys. They wouldn't do us like that.
Yeah, they wouldn't do us like smell it. I know it's not dry spaghetti.
That's exactly right.
So, anyways, you know your budget. Stick to your budget. If you're comfortable paying $650, $850, $950, $1250, $1650, whatever that is,
right.
Stick to your budget. Don't go in if you need an $800 house payment and go get a $1,100 house payment. Even though the mortgage person might tell you that you can.
I agree.
Because there's other factors come in. We've said it before. You got to turn the lights on.
Unseen costs.
You got to have TV. I mean, you don't have to.
Costs, yes.
But you got to have lights. You got to have water.
Right.
So take that stuff into consideration. If you're in a neighborhood where HOAs exist, you got to pay those.
Yes, yes.
So stick to your budget.
That's things, again, that get people in a lot of trouble. And honestly, we see those things. One of the reasons, again, and I say this a lot, but I really mean this, we wanted to do this show because we wanted to more educate people.
Yes.
You know, because we see, so, you know, again, there's only so much we can say and do, you know, but we want you to be educated on it. We want you to be informed. Because, again, an informed buyer, or on the other side of the fence, an informed seller, makes everything that we do a whole lot easier, right? It makes it a whole lot easier. So we're talking about today compromises you should never make when buying a home. We've went through 4. Here's the 5th, all right? Commute time. Commute time. Here's what we're going to tell you this. You're getting ready to purchase a home, okay? You're going to have a payment. You're going to have insurance. You're going to have escrow fees, taxes.
They say we're talking really fast.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay.
They say, look how fast they're talking now.
All right. So we're going to slow down. You're going to have all of those things.
Yes.
That you have to pay for.
That is right.
And what's going to happen then if you've got this big long commute time?
Yeah.
Is you're going to spend a whole lot more money on gas.
Right.
So you don't want to do those things.
No, you don't want to do that.
You don't want to do that. Your commute time is a big thing, and here's why. You got this beautiful house. You don't want to spend all of your time driving back and forth to the job you have that you're using to pay for that house.
Right.
You want to be able to get home at a reasonable time. You don't want to have to get up
You
early.
say, I don't want to go 30 minutes. I don't want to drive 30 minutes to my job.
Yes.
When you turn that 30-minute drive into an hour, now you're in the car for 2 hours a day.
That's exactly right. And to think about what you can do, again, with those 2 hours, with those things that can come down. You got children, that's time you could be spending with them. That's time you wanted a yard. That's why you bought that house.
Now but because you ain't got time to mow the grass.
You ain't got time to do those
things.
You
can't even mow.
And
you got to hire somebody, which goes back to your budget.
Another expense.
Yes.
Another expense. So again, these are things you do not want to fudge on. You don't want to mess on. You don't want to compromise on these kind of things. The commute time is a big thing. I'll tell you a quick story. See, I'm not going to hustle, but I'm not going to go too fast, but I'm going to tell you a story. My job prior to the real estate industry, I worked up in, my office was in Bristol, Tennessee. And I literally spent an hour and 15 minutes, because I still lived here. I spent an hour and 15 minutes each day, each way, driving to my job. So 2.5 hours of my day was spent driving to work. Now, I wanted to live here. Just the job circumstances took me there, but that was not a smart decision because of just that commute time. Of the 2.5 hours each day that I missed out on, that's one of the things that got me into the real estate business was because you look at it and say, okay, it's 2.5 hours a day. I can handle that 5 days a week. But I looked at it and said, that's 10 plus hours a week that I'm missing out of my children's life in a car, just driving. So again, your commute time is a big thing that you want to look for. Again, compromises you don't want to make. Make sure you get that home close to where you want to be. What do you got for number 6?
Number 6. Okay, sorry, I was reading over here.
Gotcha.
She said that Sabrina said that Greg said that they need to hire me. I don't know what they're going to hire me for because I can't do nothing. All right, number 6 is your parking. Okay. Now, make sure if you've got...
I wanted you to have that one just because I wanted
you wanted to see what I had to say?
I wanted to see what you had to say.
Okay, I'm going to say parking is because, again, this goes back to a lot... Here comes the pizza. You're moving again. Don't touch. If you got, you know, if you need a 2-car garage, get you a place that's got you a 2-car garage. Don't... A lot of these places don't even like you to have cars sitting outside. A lot of these bigger communities, they don't want your cars parked outside.
Right.
So if you're in if you're in the city limits or whatever, where somebody has to park on the street, don't be lining your cars up and down the street. If you're a guy we know people that's got 6 and 7 and 8 cars. I'm talking about this now. I'm thinking I've got my car parked outside.
That's why I want you to have it.
Oh, so
that's why you wanted it.
Yeah,
that was a setup the whole time.
Yeah.
That was a setup the whole time. That was a setup the whole time.
It's okay. All right. Yeah. So if you need a 2-car garage, get you a 2-car garage. Okay. If you need to build one,
at the pot calling the kettle black.
If you need to build a detached garage, then you need to build a detached garage.
That's exactly right. You need to do what you need to do, but parking is a big deal. It really is a big deal. And again, a lot of people don't look at those things. With home ownership comes lawnmowers, bicycles, things that you're going to keep, that you're going to have to park those too. So
it's bad that I've got toy cars in my garage, but I can't get my real cars in there.
You've got Ronnie's toy battery-operated car parked in the garage.
And bicycles.
But that's why I wanted to speak specifically to parking. There are a lot of other things that you park besides a car.
Right.
That you're going to want to make sure you have room for, because who wants to go buy their big brand new lawnmower or whatever and have to put it outside?
Right.
You got to store that. You got to park that. You got to look for those things. Not only are we talking about parking your car.
Somebody said they need to hire me to mow the grass.
Oh, I got you. Not only do you got to park your cars, you got to park everything else too. So you got to make sure that you get those things. So that has been 6 compromises that you don't want to do, right? Don't want to do.
Don't do it.
When purchasing a home. All right.
We thank each and every one of you for listening to today's podcast. Tune in for future episodes by subscribing to our channel and get the latest and greatest real estate information right here on Lakeway Area Real Estate Talk Live, presented by Elite Realty Group. Until next time, have a great and blessed day.